What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another unboxing video brought to you by Bearded Kaiju's Unboxing Reviews. If you guys like the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share with anybody who thinks they like the content of this channel. Also, hit that bell notification so you're notified right away when videos drop like this one. Yeah, guys, I'm back. Sorry, it has been way too long. Just a lot of things have been going on. Just super crazy. Some life things and everything. So it's been a whirlwind of emotions, honestly, to say the least. But I had to get back on here and do another video because it's been too long, and I really do miss it. And I do love putting these videos out for you guys and showing you stuff. And with this video today, it's kind of fitting that I come back with this video because a brand new figure has just dropped and is hitting people's doorsteps as we speak. From X Plus, and it's been a figure that I think a lot of us are really hyped about and a lot of anticipation for, honestly. So getting this, I was like, you know what, I got to put a video out for this, especially before I go on vacation and stuff like that, which is literally in a day. So I kind of want to get this out as soon as possible, and hope you guys like it. And before I hit the road and everything, and I'm not able to do it and stuff. So. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video today because this thing is absolutely amazing, gorgeous, breathtaking, you name it. This thing is the definition of it. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, guys, and here it is. Like I said, very fitting. Brand new figure from X Plus has dropped. We will be talking about the 30 centimeter Godzilla -1 or minus Goji from the 30 centimeter line from X Plus. And this is the RIC edition. So as you can see, the a yellow sticker is on the box and everything. So, and like I always do, I always kind of inspect the box, give the box a little bit of love before we get right into the figure. So this is the box, as you can see. I do think this was a missed opportunity for X Plus. Usually, typically, we get the colored versions, with the colored image on it and stuff like that for the 30 centimeters or the Kais. So it kind of sucks that we got this kind of version of the box just because it's got a black and white print on it kind of thing. So I think it'd be really cool to really see this thing in full color and vibrant and stuff like that, because the promo pictures of the figure just looked phenomenal and stuff like that. So I think it would have translated well to the front of the box, but it is what it is. It's just a box for some, and others, do appreciate a little bit more effort that goes into them. So but yeah, so this is kind of what we got. Nothing around anywhere else, just kind of a picture of the figure black and white on the front. So we won't spend a lot of time on that. So yeah, but that is the box, and let's get right into the figure. All right, guys, here he is in all of his crazy glory. Oh man, this thing is beautiful. It really is. I did a quick unboxing video with me and a couple of the other co-hosts of Monsters with Attitude, Joe and Adrian. We all happened to get this figure, and we all happened to get the RIC. So it was just kind of fitting that we all kind of got it and kind of talked about it a little bit. Asking kind of questions, talking about the figure and everything. But I kind of wanted to go a little bit more in depth with dissecting this figure and talking about and getting my own opinions on it and stuff like that. And it's great. I think overall, the overall feel and presence and to this figure really stand out. It's just absolutely amazing. It really is. The sculpt is well done. The paint job is well done. I mean, overall, X Plus did a bang up job for being an original sculpt. This wasn't based off of a model kit or a re-release figure. This was all brand new because of the new -1 Godzilla movie. So they debuted this at Wonderfest in I think February or so. and everybody was pumped for it. They had two versions right off the bat. They had the RIC and they had the standard versions, already in color, painted up and everything like that, so you could really see kind of what it was going to look like. And this was one of the figures I think a lot of people were clamoring for and really pumped for this year, for an X Plus figure, honestly, because we hadn't gotten a lot of stuff for say screen accurate or suit accurate kind of figures for -1. We had gotten the Ichiban Kuji Godzilla, that was like the lottery game in Japan, that Yuji Sakai sculpted. We did get the Bandais that came out and stuff like that, but nothing like super bigger scale and super accurate and stuff like that. So not even the model kits had even come out yet, because a lot of times the model companies will even get a jump on, say, like X Plus or these other companies that kind of do the realistic kind of looking figures and stuff like that, and the bigger scales. Nobody even that realm has even done one yet, honestly. There's a lot of them in the works right now, and the rest of this year is going to be very -1 heavy, honestly, for kits, for vinyl, for smaller figures, like Bandai's or maybe Playmates, whatever you want to call it. Like everything like that is going to be very huge, I think, the rest of this year, honestly, to just what I've seen and stuff like that. So it's going to be a very fun, could be very expensive rest of the year, and honestly, but getting this first figure and this scale is really amazing. And like I said, X Plus did a bang up job with this sculpt and paint color, because it's top notch. It's they hit the nail on the head with everything, for the most part, I will say. There's a few things that I wish they could have changed or did differently, but we'll do that a little bit later into the video. But yeah, just seeing this thing overall is really breathtaking, and it's nice to see that we're still coming out with those type of figures that are really just getting the eye of collectors or new collectors, or collectors that have been doing this for a very long time. It's really still like shocking them at how beautiful these things are, and that's what we really love and are selling to collectors and veteran collectors, honestly, in general. So but as you can see, the texture in this figure is just absolutely amazing. They got the skin right in every aspect, and everything like that. I mean, go down his long tail. Just everything is just really nicely done, and everything like that. And I love his texture on this. It's the same, but it's different. It's got like the tree bark kind of look to it, but it's like more modernized, where they have like spikes in the skin, and they have the scars, and stuff like that, and the burn marks, from the radiation, burning and stuff like that. So it's a combination of different things, and they have like plates kind of around his body, like on his toes and everything like that, where it's more plate form and everything, on his toes, and just different aspects go into this overall Godzilla design that's just absolutely great. And like I stated, even my review of the Godzilla the Ride figure, where this is basically an evolved form or evolved idea of Yamazaki's overall idea or vision of Godzilla, that it's very much different eras kind of rolled into one. And I think this is kind of the finished piece of Yamazaki's overall Godzilla look, design, idea, whatever you want to call it. I think this is kind of what he was going for. And it's a testament to what his vision was and what he wanted to portray on film and show people and stuff like that. So it's just kind of always just working and improving and stuff like that to get whatever you really want, the best that it can be, honestly. So but yeah, this thing is just absolutely super crazy. I'm trying to give you a good close-up of Godzilla. There you go. That way it doesn't focus on my face, kind of focuses on his face a little bit more. But yeah, just super great. And I know some early pictures of this guy that were hitting the internet were really kind of focusing on the face and everything. And let's be honest, there was a few photos, a few perspectives that looked very off with his eyes and his face, and just overall look to him as a little bit off. But honestly, I looked at him and my fears were kind of laid to rest, honestly, because when I looked at him, especially the straight on profile, I'm okay with it, honestly. And, I think they did a really good job, especially like the painting of the eyes and everything. You really have to get the eyes lined up just right. Otherwise, it looks like they're cross-eyed or they're just uneven. It doesn't look right. And hopefully everybody, for the most part, got the eyes where they're lined up perfectly, with the pupils and stuff like that, because that can really make or break a figure. But mine, I think, came in perfectly, honestly. So I do really love that. And like I said, the texture is really great, along with like the paint. Now the paint I love, and I love the paint because of a couple things. So one, with this Godzilla iteration, he's not your typical gunmetal like gray, like very dark gray, almost black color to his skin. He's it's almost like a lighter gray that kind of lightens him up a little bit. But also too, as you can see, there's like dry brushing of like gold kind of all over him. And honestly, to me and what we saw in the film, that gold kind of goes back to like him healing himself. And as you can see, like the film, like the figure, you can see especially the chest has like a lot of the gold on it, and that's because he was shot in the chest by the battleship Yamato, I think it was, and everything. So he had to heal there. He has the scarring on his cheek right up here. Obviously, with the mine going in his mouth and blowing his face to smithereens, and stuff like that. They have that. So I love that they portrayed that. And then just kind of all over the body, I think there's just a little bit of like I said, dry brushing or shading of gold. And that's just because, he probably has wounds from other things and stuff like that. And his, body just healed over time and stuff. So just shows that, he's kind of battle ridden, and everything. But it also gives it a nice look, and it breaks up that really deep, dark color that we're used to for Godzilla designs and everything like that. So I just love it. Like, I really, really do. It just pops, and he's really going to pop on the shelf with my other Godzilla collections and stuff like that, because he's going to stand out a little bit more because he's a little bit brighter shade and stuff like that. So he's just not going to just blend right in there. And like I said, with this, obviously you can see I do have the RIC, and as you can see, the RIC feature is the blue dorsal spines. They are translucent. Basically on the tips are more translucent, but the bases are not. They're solid. But then they did this very vibrant blue, which is just great. I love this kind of color blue. Just really, really pops overall. They've been kind of doing this kind of blue, I think, for several other figures, especially like the Ichiban. This kind of blue was kind of used on that particular figure too. I know X Plus didn't use or make that particular figure, but like that color is kind of used on that one, and I love it. I really do. It's a little bit different than what we kind of had with like the lighter blue, but kind of darker than this that we got like in the Heisei and stuff like that. So just absolutely love it. And that is the RIC feature, is the blue dorsal spines. And then that's why I went with the RIC, because I wanted something more to break it up. And then obviously I just love the look of it overall. And I do dig that they've been doing a lot more of this kind of RIC feature instead of light ups. They're giving us the translucent spines with the blue dorsals or white dorsals or whatever color, he's going to be. We're getting that more instead of light ups, and I like that. Now, overall, for RICs, I prefer even the extras, give me little figures, give me little pieces that kind of go along with the movie or the character itself. I prefer that, but I don't mind this. This is kind of better than like the RIC features because, for one, I don't use the light ups very often, so like it would just sit there anyways. But at least this kind of, I don't have to turn anything on. It's already kind of there, and it portrays that it is a kind of a RIC feature, but it's also something very special. So I do really dig that. But yeah, so that is the overall figure and look to him. Paint, sculpt, and even the RIC feature and stuff like that. I mean, even with the RIC, you can see it now that in his mouth they painted it blue too. That is a nice added kind of bonus to when they do these kind of light up dorsals and stuff like that. I just think that's really cool because it gives more to the figure and the idea of him using his atomic breath and everything instead of just doing the dorsals, which is cool. But let's be honest, in the Godzilla movies, when he does that, you see it kind of coming up his throat and into his mouth, and then he lets loose and stuff like that. So I do dig that. I love that idea and everything like that. Um, and overall, it looks really, really cool. Now, as much as I love this figure, there are a few things that I would have liked to have changed or changed just a little bit. Now, I was just talking about the blue in the mouth and everything. I thought that could have been done a little bit differently. I think they should have like shaded it a little bit better instead of just straight up just painting all blue kind of in there. And then they kind of put blue all over the tongue and everything. I think they should have kept it more in the back of the throat instead of coming all the way out and into the tongue, honestly. I didn't really like that. I think that could have been executed a little bit better and everything. And then the only other thing that I would say that's a little bit of a nitpick is the spines. So, we know in the movie that, when he does his first atomic breath, you see, especially at the end of the tail, you see the spikes pop up and everything as it goes down and stuff like that. Awesome, great scene. Love that. Super different. And this portrays it to an extent. As you can see, a lot of the big spines are kind of sticking out from his body and everything like that, which is nice, it's supposed to do that. But I think what they missed is that they should have done it for all of the spines, honestly. I think they should have done it for every single one from the tip of his tail all the way up and down his back. They should have taken those spines and made them come out more to really give it that overall authentic feel for him using his atomic breath. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that even on the standard, you have the same look. It's just not painted blue. And that's not film accurate kind of thing. And I'm a stickler for film accuracy and stuff. So I like that, those little details are taken into consideration. So I really would have loved them doing a whole different like sculpt with the spine sticking out and the spines not sticking out for both versions. Now I get it. They're doing it probably for cost savings and stuff like that. But those little extras, that extra time, I think kind of goes a long ways and stuff like that, because, I think a lot of people would have double dipped more on this if they did two different separate sculpts of the spines and everything like that, because like one normal and one atomic breath kind of thing. So I think there was kind of a missed opportunity for that one too. But like I said, I still understand, and it's not a deal breaker, honestly, to me. I actually still thought about double dipping on this guy just because even the standard looked really amazing. But I just chose to go with the RIC just because I just love the blue and stuff like that. And like I said, it just breaks up a lot more of the sea of gray and black and stuff like that. Even though this guy is a lot lighter than normal Godzilla iterations and colors are and stuff like that. But yeah, just everything about him is just absolutely great. I like his size. I like his profile, and stuff like that. And I don't think he's too big. I know some people, we were talking on the Monsters of Attitude kind of unboxing, and we were talking about, some of them thought he was a little too chunky and everything, and maybe too big, on the lower part of his body and everything. And I don't think so. I think he's proportioned pretty well. I know a lot of it, we didn't see a lot of his lower body. unless, you know, when he came into Ginza and everything. But I think a lot of it was like perspective and angles on where they kind of trick you on how he looks. He might look skinnier than he really is, kind of thing. And then the other half of the movie, he was in the water, so you couldn't really see unless it was from his waist up, kind of thing. So I think overall, his overall look, his sizing is all great. And everything like that. So I did really like that. And lastly, I think the other last thing that I would nitpick about this figure is that I am not a fan of tail stands. I don't like these. We need to get rid of them. It is a pain in the butt when you are putting these figures on a shelf, maybe full of other figures, where you have to make sure that you have enough room for that tail stand to get in there, or if you hit it, it falls down, or whatever. Or if you don't have the tail stand, you know, they're leaning up or back or wherever, then it doesn't look natural in any way. So I think what we have to do is that they need to focus more on making those tails touch the ground, and it maybe balance the figure overall, instead of always having the tail outright and stuff like that. Like, especially in the older films, you know, the Heisei, the Showa, Millennium, all that stuff, his tail was touching the ground. It was dragging on the ground, and that's fine. Let's do that. Let's portray that a little bit more, and let's get rid of these tail stands. I'm not always the fan of them, and I just hate them. I think they're eyesores, and just something different. You know, let these tails hit the ground, and let that be its balance, you know, overall. And something you can still have the tail curve up and stuff like that, but let it hit the ground and come up, kind of thing. So we can get rid of those. So picks, like I said, not deal breakers in any way, just a few things that I would have liked to change. But overall, this figure is absolutely amazing. Like I said on the Monster with Attitude unboxing kind of video, I probably rate this like an 8.5 out of 10. Still a very solid figure, still a very solid score and everything, but just a few things that just kind of knock it down a little bit for me. But overall, great. I do think this is one of the players in the figure of the year running for this year, for 2024. There's a couple different figures that are going to be kind of going for that too, like the Cybot 84 and the FSL Burning Godzilla kind of thing. But I think this one has a very strong contender for winning figure of the year, just because the overall presentation of the figure, it is just so well done, and I just absolutely love it. Like I said, even the standard is impressive for what it is, and everything. And of course, the RIC is a nice touch with the blue dorsals and everything. So you really can't go wrong either way for either release and stuff like that. So definitely grab one if you can, because these things are going to go up in price. It's just a matter of time, you know, when the market starts slowing down, and then you don't see these things, and people are going to start looking for them and stuff. So yeah, but definitely go out, check it out, grab one. I definitely highly recommend it. So but yeah, with that, we'll do one size comparison, and then we'll get out of here. All right, guys, so this is my size comparison, kind of holding them both up here so you guys have a good look. And yeah, this is obviously this one right here is Godzilla the Ride. One on the right is minus Goji. So you can see the difference here just from the space alone and everything like that. And honestly, like I said, when I did the review of the Ride, like, I absolutely love the overall look of him and stuff like that. And like I said, the minus Goji is like the finished product. Like, this was like an evolution of what Yamazaki really wanted. And even though I still loved the Ride and everything like that, I really, really love minus Goji's design overall, even more than the Ride, because it feels more finished. It feels crisper, and he's meaner. He really is. I liked the added details and the changes that they did with like the chest and everything. I thought the Ride's chest was a little bit more sunken in and too bulging out kind of thing. The minus one was more natural look to him. Even the face wasn't as like rounded and soft for the Ride as it was for minus one. Like I said, he was just meaner looking and stuff like that. They made the hands smaller, you know, on minus one, which was really, really nice. And then they did bring the feet down too. a little bit, so they weren't as big for -1 and everything like that. But it was still great. But you basically still got that like bigger feet kind of feel to them and stuff like that. And stuff like that. And honestly, the ride Goji kind of felt more like anorexic with how skinny he was and everything like that. And honestly, -1 kind of is more natural, like I said, and everything like that. So I really do dig the overall look for him. And then even the spines were changed, for both of these guys and everything. So I do like the change for -1 a lot more. You kind of got the more natural kind of look with the ride and everything with the normal dorsal plates, but then with -1, they were exaggerated and changed differently. So he was even a more different Godzilla than what we're used to seeing and stuff like that. So, and even the texture of his skin and everything like that is basically the same, but it is different, and I just love it a lot more. The minus Goji, I love the color scheme and just lighter and just overall looks great. But I just love that this is like an evolution of it. And honestly, all we need is the first idea that Yamazaki had for Godzilla, and that I would just love to get a representation of that one, so we could just kind of have the evolution of Yamazaki's Godzilla into the final form. And it would just be really, really cool, because it's just cool to see that evolution and how it changed and everything like that overall. So just really, really awesome. So yeah, that's my review for the Godzilla 30 centimeter -1 Goji from X Plus. It's a great figure overall, so definitely, like I said, go and get it. You will not be disappointed overall. So it's a great figure, and yeah, you can't go wrong, honestly, for either release. You really can't. So check it out. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. As a reminder, 800 subscribers, I would be doing my next giveaway. I think we're getting close. I haven't checked it for several weeks. Like I said, life's been very busy and coming at me very fast. So been a little crazy. So, but yeah, 800 subscribers, my next giveaway, a bunch of -1 stuff with some other stuff sprinkled in there and stuff like that. So check that out, share it, spread the word, like the videos, all that good stuff. So, and then, yeah, and then if anybody is going to G Fest, please, if you see me, hit me up, let me know, say hi, tell me you're a fan of the channel, or you watch my videos, whatever. I just love meeting people and knowing that people actually do enjoy the videos that I do make and stuff like that. So it's just really heartfelt and everything, and I just love it. So please, yes, just come say hi to me and let me know who you are and everything like that. So I love to meet you and stuff. So yeah, so I do have that coming up with G Fest. So I will have a plethora of new stuff coming in with more videos coming. So be on the lookouts for that. So I will be going on at least another week hiatus, where I won't do anything for next week. But hopefully the week after I should have a couple videos probably out, and some doozies, honestly, some doozies, because I got stuff coming that's just absolutely amazing. So please keep a lookout for that. Hit the bell notification so you never miss a video when it drops. So with that, I'll get out of here. So please like, comment, subscribe, and of course, later.